What's up everyone, Samurai here today bringing you guys a brand new video, and today's video is a Photoshop tutorial. And in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys how to cut out a person or a specific object from the background of an image. Now first of all, I just wanted to say that images like I have up here, like I have a picture of Ham, they're going to be a little bit harder to cut out, just because as you can see here in the background there's obviously the trees, the sky, and the grass. If you were to have an image that, say for example, if we had Ham here and the picnic table, but the background was like a specific color, like it was just all white or whatever, then that's going to be a lot easier to cut out manually just because you can see the lines easier, and also for Photoshop to recognize where the lines are. So this one is going to work not as well as other images will, but I'm just going to run through the ways that I use, or the most popular ways for me that I use to cut out images. So first of all, we're going to start off with the quick selection tool, which is right here. And basically the quick selection tool, what it does is it selects, you click and it selects certain parts of the image, and obviously you have to manually select which ones you want to keep or you want to duplicate. In this case, I'm going to be duplicating. And as you can see here, the size of the quick selection tool will vary. So as you can see, it looks like a little crosshairs on the screen now, but to make it smaller, you have to hit the lower, or to make it smaller, you have to hit the left bracket, and then to make it larger, you have to hit the right bracket. So I'm going to hit the right bracket, and as you can see, a little circle appears which still has the crosshairs in the middle. And again, this isn't going to be super precise, and I'm not going to take a lot of time on this. I'm just going to kind of go over the general ideas on how to do this so that you guys know. And then when it comes time to like making the thumbnail for this video or whatever, then I'll go really precise and take a lot of time into doing this, and I'll use the tool that I'm going to be showing you guys in a second, which is obviously the most precise out of all of them. But if you just want something quick, then this is one of the ways that you can do it quickly. So as you can see here, I have this crosshairs. If you want to be more precise, you can zoom in and then obviously make it smaller and go into detail. But I'm just going to be generally showing you guys how this works. So if I click in, as you can see, it kind of selects him. And I mean, it does a decent job. I'll just kind of keep going for a little bit. And as you can see, it's kind of selecting him. And I'm going to show you guys this as well. If you go over, as you can see, now it has selected a little piece of the background, which has a little bit of pieces of the trees, the branches, and the sky. What you can do here is you actually hold Alt on your keyboard, and as you can see in the center of the circle, that plus turns into a negative. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller just so it works a little bit better. And then you hold down Alt, and then you click and drag it, and as you can see, it closes it off a little bit. Again, not going to be super precise, but that's what you want to do if you accidentally go over and select too much. Just so that you don't have to like completely restart covering all this stuff, because obviously that would take way too long. So again, as you can see in here, I want to cut a little bit of that out, but that's basically how you use the quick selection tool. And then once you have all the stuff selected that you want and you want it perfect, all you have to do is, or what I do, is I'll hit Command J on the keyboard, which actually duplicates it. And as you can see here, not super precise. I didn't take a lot of time on it. Even still, if you take a decent amount of time, sometimes it's not really 100%. But that's one way of cutting out an image. So I'm just going to delete that really quick. Now we're going to go over here, and as you can see, there's a bunch of different lasso tools. You can basically use any of these to cut out images, but one that is actually pretty cool, and again, it won't work as well in this case. And I actually tried using this before on the table, but it didn't really work that great on the table. But what you can do, I'll show you. If you zoom in, you're going to click the tool, or I'll zoom in a little bit more, just so it's closer to being more precise. And you're going to want to click, and you just basically want to follow where the hand is, or whatever you're cutting out. And as you can see here, I'm not even clicking. I'm just following, and it's making points on its own. If you want to make a point manually while doing this, all you have to do is click. And if you don't like a point that it's made, all you have to do is delete or go back. And as you can see here, again, not super precise, but I mean, it's not bad, and it's actually really close. But it's kind of going around, so you can see here it messed up a little bit. And we're just going around the bottle again here. So yeah, that's basically what this one does, and I think this is pretty cool because it picks it out. And when I was talking about it's going to be easier if you have like a solid background, this is obviously one of the cases, and also a quick selection tool is one of the cases. But I mean, you can even see, right? Like, it's going to be a lot easier for Photoshop and this tool to recognize the lines if, whoops, I went way too far on that one. I accidentally was scrolling up. But yeah, it's going to be easier for Photoshop to recognize those lines. And again, then whenever you have cut out what you want to cut out, you just connect the lines. And then once the lines are moving like this, then you can just do Command J, and then it duplicates the layer. Whoops. Okay, so yeah, I selected the outside of it on accident, but you get the idea. So I would just have to curl it back in this way to get the bottle. I just curled it back in on the outside just to show you guys you can duplicate. So that's another tool that you can use. Now finally, the third and final one that I use, again, there's way more different ways that you can do this, but the third and final way that I use, which is the most precise one that you can do, again, not going to go super into detail, but I can show you guys how you use it. Um, is the pen tool. So the pen tool is obviously, it's very highly used in Photoshop just because it's so precise and everything, but I'm assuming most of you guys know how to use this, so I'm not going to go super into detail, but basically all you do, you can do curves and stuff like that. I'm just going to go straight just so I don't have to take a lot of time on it, but you literally just pick the points. That was way off, but you just pick the points as you're going around, right? And you can do curves. All you have to do is hold just like that, and then you can change it that way. Um, and if you want to take away a point, Control Z obviously, or Command Z on a Mac. And you're just going to go around the object that you want, and then again you're going to connect it, and then you're going to right click, make selection, and then you can duplicate whatever you want. So that's what I'm going to be doing, because this is going to be in the thumbnail. Ham's going to be in the thumbnail, but the background won't. So you guys will see a more precise version of how I cut it out. But basically those are like the main three ways that I use to cut out images in Photoshop. Just keep in mind, you know, if you are using quick selection tool or the lasso tools, any of them actually, you just really want to make sure that there's a defined background and that you spend a lot of time on it. And it might actually even be faster just to use the pen tool. Again, pen tool is the one that I use the most, but I just kind of wanted to go over all the different ways that you can cut out objects in Photoshop. You know, if you don't want to do something that's super precise, like you're not doing a professional design, you're just doing something for fun and you want to do it quick, then the quick selection tool or the lasso tools will definitely work. But if you are trying to do something professional that's super precise, then I recommend the pen tool, or there's many other ways that are super, or not, they take a little bit longer to do, and you can look those up online. There's a bunch of different ways. But again, I highly recommend the pen tool, and these are the three ways that I use. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, don't forget to leave a like down below, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's been Samurai. Peace.